Good morning, students. Now I am going to discuss new topic, that is buffer solution in chemical equilibrium chapter. Buffer solution. First I tell the example, then you get some idea. Suppose I have one solution. We don't know whether it is acid or base or a neutral solution. We don't know what is it, what it is. Suppose to that solution, before adding anything, every solution having some pH. Before adding anything to that solution, every solution having some pH value. If we add small amount, that means either one drop or two drops of acid or base or water to the given solution, then pH will not be changed at all. pH will not be changed at all. That solution is called buffer solution. I hope you understand it very well. I repeat this once again, listen carefully. I have one solution. To that solution, it is having some pH. If I add a small amount of either acid or base or water to that solution, then pH of that solution will not be changed at all. That means before adding and after adding, pH will be remains same. That is called buffer solution. Such a solution is called buffer solution. So what is the definition? The solution which resists means oppose, which resists the change in pH by adding small amount of acid or base or water is called buffer solution. I hope you understand it very well. Next, types of buffer solution. There are two types. One is acidic buffer solution, another one is basic buffer solution. Acidic buffer, basic buffer. What is acidic buffer? The mixture of weak acid and salt of weak acid and strong base is called buffer solution, acidic buffer solution. That means that acidic buffer solution contains two substances among two. One substance should be weak acid and other substance should be salt. That salt contains weak acid and strong base. That salt contains weak acid and strong base. Acidic buffer solution contains two substances. Among them, one should be weak acid and other should be salt of weak acid and strong base. Suppose take CH3COH. We know that this is what? Acetic acid. That is very weak acid. And the other substance is salt of weak acid and strong base. Salt of weak acid and strong base means CH3COOH. That is weak acid, strong base. For example, NaOH. If you take CH3COOH plus NaOH, this is weak acid. This is strong base. Then we get which one? CH3COO Na plus H2. So this is what? Salt. This salt contains weak acid and strong base. Along with this one, which one should be there? Weak acid should be there. That is called what? Acidic buffer. That is called what? Basic buffer. So the mixture contains weak acid and it's a salt, and it's a salt of weak acid and a strong base, and it's a salt of weak acid and it's a strong base is called acidic buffer. These are the examples. HCN is weak acid. For this salt is what? HCN plus NaOH. You can take that example, then you get NaCN. So that NaCN, HCN comes under this category. Similarly, HF and NaF, this also comes under acidic buffer solution. Next one, basic buffer, like this. Here the mixture of weak acid and it's salt of weak acid and strong base. Here the mixture of weak base and it's a salt of weak base and strong acid. It's a salt of weak base and strong acid. That is called basic buffer solution. For example, MgOH2, this is weak base. MgOH plus HCl, then you get MgCl2. Then that salt MgOH comes under basic buffer. One more example, NH4OH. This is weak base. This weak base is strong acid. NH4OH plus HCl, then you get NH4Cl. That NH4Cl and NH4OH both comes under basic buffer solution. So these are the types of buffer solutions. So this is very important and a very simple topic. Here some formulas are there for acidic buffer and basic buffer. For acidic buffer, pH equal to pKa plus log of salt concentration by acid concentration. That is for acidic buffer. For basic buffer, pH equal to 14 minus of POH plus log of salt concentration by base concentration. That's it. That is about buffer solutions. Next topic is common ion effect. What is it? Common ion effect. Here the definition for common ion effect is the dissociation of weak electrolytes decreases. That means its ionization decreases. Which ionization? Weak electrolytes ionization decreases by, that means when we add one of the electrolyte in which one ion is common to given electrolyte is called common ion effect. First I will explain the example, then you get a clear idea. See, for example, CH3COOH. This is what? Weak acid, nothing but weak electrolyte. It can be represented in mathematically like this. CH3COOH gives rise to CH3COO minus plus H plus. What is this reversible symbol? This indicates that it doesn't dissociate completely because it is weak electrolyte. Suppose take HCl. When it is present in water, it undergoes like this, H plus plus Cl minus. Here, one arrow mark is there. This is what? Irreversible. This is reversible. So here, what you have to understand? Not reversible, irreversible. What you have to understand here? When this compound present in water, it undergoes completely dissociation. So this single arrow mark indicates completely dissociation. This double arrow mark, nothing but reversible arrow mark, indicates it does not dissociate completely. That is the meaning of that point. Now my point is what? If I add one substance to this electrolyte, I am going to add this one, CH3COONA. What is this? This is salt. I have seen here already. We discussed it. When this salt is added to this solution, first this salt undergoes immediately dissociation because that is salt. Immediately it undergoes dissociation. Now what happened in that solution? In the above solution, already in that above solution, this CH3CO minus ions are present. Now I am going to add another substance. When that substance is added to that solution, that substance undergoes dissociation. So what you have to understand here? Automatically the acetate ion, this is called acetate ion, nothing but CH3CO minus ion concentration increases. If CH3CO minus concentration increases, then concentration of products increases here. Then if concentration of products increases, then backward reaction takes place. What backward reaction indicates? CH3CO minus plus H plus gives rise to CH3COH. That means it's a dissociation. Which dissociation? This ion dissociation. Not dissociation. This forward reaction indicates dissociation. Backward reaction indicates association. Association means if two substances becomes one substance, that is association. Dissociation means one substance becomes two substances, that is dissociation. So whenever we add this substance, automatically this undergoes dissociation. Then acetate ion concentration increases in product side. Then according to Le Chatelier principle, if a product's concentration increases, then equilibrium shifts towards backward. That means dissociation decreases. Dissociation of acetic acid decreases. Why it happens? Because of this ion. Why? Because of this ion that thing happens. Already this ion is present. If we add this one, again this ion produced by dissociation. So here this ion is common ion because here it is present. Already here also it is present. This is common ion. Because of common ion effect, the dissociation of acetic acid decreases or suppressed. It's a dissociation suppressed. That is called common ion effect. I will tell one more example. NH4OH. This is what? Weak base. when it is present in water, it undergoes partial dissociation, nothing but not completely dissociation. So it can be represented like this in equation. When we add one substance, that is NH4Cl, this is what salt, immediately it undergoes dissociation because that is salt. Salts readily undergoes dissociation. Here NH4 plus ions are present. Here also NH4 ions plus present. Automatically what happens? The product's concentration increases because this is common ion. Automatically backward reaction takes place. Then dissociation suppresses. That means forward reaction not takes place. That means dissociation suppresses, decreases of weak substances. What is that? NH4OH, that is weak base. So due to common ion effect, the dissociation of weak electrolyte decreases. Due to common ion effect, the dissociation of weak electrolyte decreases. That is called common ion effect. Now I am going to discuss about the definition once again. See, what is the definition? The dissociation of weak electrolyte, that means either this one or this one, decreases by the addition of one of the electrolyte in which one ion is common to given ion. That means we are adding, in this case we are adding this one, in this case we are adding this one. So the added substance should contain one common ion. Then only the dissociation of weak electrolyte decreases. Suppose for this example, if I add NaCN, so NaCN is also weak salt, then there is no effect because NaCN contains Na plus and Cn minus ions. Here CH3CO minus H plus are there, so there is no common ion effect. Then there is no chance of dissociation of weak electrolyte. Here also you can think like that. If suppose if I add here CuSO4, then what is the effect of CuSO4 in case of NH4HO? There is no effect. Then there is no chance of decreasing dissociation of NH4OH. So due to common ion effect, that means when common ion effect produced, the addition of electrolyte should contain one ion which is common to original electrolyte. The addition of electrolyte should contain common ion that is present in original electrolyte. Then only this effect arises. This is all about common ion effect. Next one, solubility. Solubility means the number of moles of substance is present in 1 kg of water at a given temperature. At a given temperature is called solubility. So at a given temperature, how many number of moles of substance is present in 1 kg water, that is called solubility. Units are what? Moles per liter or moles per kg. Why we have to mention moles per liter? Because water density is what? 1. What is the formula for density? Density equal to mass by volume. So density for water is how much? 1. 1 equal to m by v. Automatically mass equal to volume. So we can take liters or kgs. Both will be same. Next, saturated solution. What is the definition of saturated solution? The substance which is dissolved in solvent in required amount at a given temperature is called saturated solution. The substance which is dissolved in solvent in required amount. If a substance is dissolved in a solvent in more than required amount, that will be super saturated. If a substance is dissolved in solvent is in less than required amount, that will be unsaturated solution. If a substance is dissolved in a solvent in required amount, that will be saturated. See, this is dissolved in a solvent in required amount at a given temperature. Here, the substance which is dissolved in solvent in less than required amount, that will be unsaturated. Here, the substance which is dissolved in solvent in more than required amount, that will be super saturated solutions. These are about saturated, unsaturated and super saturated solutions. Thank you.